Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jammin Tower podcast. King Dre Clout, aka Dre Oxys, whatever name you want to go with. I am joined today, as always, by my awesome co-host.
What's up,
Jay.
guys? Good to see you guys. We weren't here last week, so there were some complications with my health, so I'll take the fall on that one last week. But good to be back.
Yeah, great to be back. I mean, the news mill has been pretty slow anyway, so
Yeah.
I had a lot to report on last week, so it seemed like it was okay to just take that week off. We decided to start a podcast in the slow season. It was probably not the greatest idea, but it's all good. It's all good. Better sometime than never, right?
Correct.
And now, as you can see, we are joined by a mysterious third person. So this person is the person that I credit for why you guys know who I am. I would not be playing this game if my first time I went to a league night, this person did not come to me and say, no, you cannot play that junk, play this, and handed me a broken Turbo Zacian deck.
This is Dre's
And
father.
I went 1-3, and because I got whooped so bad, I went full-blown Mamba mentality and grinded until I was the best player at the locals. This is Evan. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know how long you've been playing, all that good stuff.
I'm Evan. Obviously, I met Dre a few years ago, right? 2021. And he just walked in one day, just standing over there by himself, had this shit deck. And I was like, okay, bro, you gotta play something better. So let him, give him the deck, got him hooked up with all the local stuff, and then, he became King Dre Clout, 2-time Worlds qualifier. So, got to that point. I've been consistently casual Pokemon player for about a decade now. Picking up the game a little bit before that too, but consistently casual as I needed something a little bit competitive for my juices as I was getting out of the range of playing, active sports all the time. But yeah, so I'm a casual player, very casual, as Dre knows, very casual.
So speaking of that, I mean, consistently casual is it's such a funny combination of description of a player, but it's very accurate. So you've been someone that's been playing the game for a while, and we're gonna get more into consistently casual player, breaking all that down later in the episode. Before we get into that, I think we're just gonna hop in, talk about some new cards.
Yeah.
And
We can go over.
Yeah, we got the Stellar Crown stuff.
Yeah, we can also go over what we've been up to in the past 2 weeks.
Yep. So, a lot of events to catch up on these past 2 weeks. I myself have played some CP events. I know Jay has, and I know Evan has because I've seen Evan while I was at some of those events. So, hey, Jay, why don't you start us off? What are the events that you've been hitting? What have you played, and what have your results been?
All right, so in the past 2 weeks, I have been really sick, but I've been able to make it to some challenges in and out. I haven't gone to any cups yet, not a single cup. Started off first with a league challenge. It was at... Where was it at? Doesn't matter where it was. I played Dunsparce Roaring Moon, okay? I ended up going 5-0 at that league challenge, locking myself in some 15 championship points there. And then the same week, I went to another league challenge, Champion City. Shout out Champion City for allowing me to get the cool booster packs that I'm going to open for today's episode. We'll talk about that later. But I went 5-0 there with the same 60. No card changes, just but I did hit 4 Miraidon. My locals, they just kind of wanted to play Miraidon that day, and I played an auto, went into it, so I hit all the Miraidon. And then I hit our boy Nick Rupert, who does our thumbnails and all that kind of stuff, so shout out Nick Rupert. And then I just got back from a challenge not 20 minutes ago. I played Guardy. I went 5-0 as well. I hit 3 Raging Bolt and 2 Guardy. So I kind of just I played double Devo, double Flutter main. So like I was just kind of choosing to go first against them, and then just devoing them turn 2. So I just ended up winning that. And then Raging Bolt is self-explanatory. That's a good matchup. But I got myself a good little 45 points, and I haven't played in any other events. So we're gonna keep this train going. I'm gonna win one more challenge, done with them, and then I'm just gonna win 4 challenges in a row, and forget about it. What about you, Dre? Where are you sitting at points? How you doing?
So this past weekend, me and another one of my locals, Mikey, drove down to SoCal. I played in a cup in Ventura, and it was 56 people. And we played 6 rounds, and also happened to run into current reigning world champion Vance Kelly while playing in that cup.
Did he win?
And no, both Vance and I did not make top cut.
Washed. You're washed.
Both of us ended up going X2, which was not enough for the cut in a 56 player cup. I was actually 4-1 going into the final round. There was like 3 undefeateds and then 3 4-1s, and I got the down pair into the 3-1-1 and had to play it out. And I was playing Guardy, went up against a Pult that was just hitting the nuts, and I was not. So I took the L on that one, and because of that, I ended up missing top 8. But because there's 56 people, not top 16. Top 16 back up. It's crazy. So I think it's like 15 points. No, it's 20 points. It's 20 points for top 16 at a cup. So I got 20 points from that. And then the next day we went to another cup in Ventura, and I did make top cut there. But in the first round of top cut, I ran the same Guardy list back, and I hit a Guardy mirror that they were running double monkey, double Devo, no balloon, and that's just kind of rough when I only have 1 Devo.
Yeah. That's what I played today. Double monkey, double Devo.
Yeah, it's pretty good if you're expecting Guardy, and Zards and Dragapult. So it's really good against those main 3.
So
like said,
all of them.
Raging Bolt is just free for any build of Guardy, I think. As long as like they don't just run you over, as long as you get to play the game. But yeah, so I got top 8 there, got another 25 points. I got second at another challenge. I ran Zard to that challenge. And then in the final round, I'm up against a Guardy, and we both were like really good players. His name was Blake, and he was playing Guardy. And I was running him over, and then he counter catchered up like my Charmeleon. And I had the Zard to evolve right back up to like keep putting on the pressure, and I bossed up his lone Curlia. But when I evolved Zard, I already had 3 fires in play, I had 3 in play, 1 in the discard, 1 in prizes, and I did not know, so I was only able to get 1 attached to my Zard. No, so the 3 off the first Zard, I had to retreat, so there was 2 in the discard. 1 in deck, 1 in prize, 2 on my Zard that was on the bench from after the counter catcher. So prizing my 6th energy and not hitting a super rod cooked me out of that, and it ended up dragging. So I still had a position to come back, but then they set up the Devo play, just like blowing up my whole board, and I lost. So womp womp. I still have to try to get 4 challenge wins now. I have 2 seconds.
You have 2 seconds and a first?
I have no first. I just have 2 seconds. I've only played 2 challenges.
Oh, okay.
And I got second at both. And the first one was like a 43 freaking person challenge. I went X1 and got second. So my bro.
Y'all's area is too much for me. I'm chill with my 8-player league cups out here. All right.
It's early season, so we have everybody coming. Isaac is coming down, Bakersfield and LA is coming up, and then the challenge, that first one was because it was on a Friday. And it was that store's anniversary, so they had free entry.
Oh, nice.
There's been a pump of new players recently. I go to locals a lot more, and there's like consistently, I want to say like 20 new people that are showing up in the last like couple months that I haven't seen in the previous season.
That's nice. Yeah, that's good.
Our scene out here is thriving and growing. We're definitely starting to like pull players from other card games in our area too. Like we've had a lot of people switch over from Digimon, Dragon Ball, and One Piece all come over to Pokemon.
And some Yu-Gi-Oh dudes, because the Yu-Gi-Oh format they don't enjoy right now. Which usually
that's right.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once it gets fun again, they'll leave probably.
And because it's just a cheap game to pick up and slide into if like you don't like the format of your current game. Have you seen Chicago like the past weekend?
Yeah.
Chicago this past weekend has been nuts. Andrew Kedrick's there, Gabe Smart, everyone's there. All the good seniors aged up into masters, and they're just tearing it up down in Chicago. It's like it's a slaughterhouse down there. Up there for me.
I'm pretty sure the cup I went to, like Neil Erlinson would have been there, Benny Billinger would have been there, cause like that's all in their area. They're in SoCal and it was in Riverside, which is like pretty close to LA. So and Ventura they probably would have been at Ventura too. Like, so them being out of town was cool for me. I wasn't too mad about them being in Chicago either. But hopefully, I actually plan to go to Chicago for like a week and just to chill with like my TSS teammates and like get some like cups and challenges, you know, mainly just to hang out in other cities with my boys and play some Pokemon. But like it'd be really cool to take down a Chicago Cup or challenge, and then, you know, I've won plenty in Cali, both north. I've won one in SoCal. I've won plenty in Central, and I made finals in like a NorCal one where I only lost to Gabe Smart. So going to Chicago, if I could take one down, man, I'm just gonna start hitting all the major high. Then I gotta win one in Toronto.
You gotta come to little old Ohio.
I'm down. You gonna host me?
Dude, you can stay here anytime.
Okay, say less. But yeah, I mean, so I think now I'm sitting at. I had a top 8 at a cup already. This top 8 makes another 25, so that's 50. The top 16 is 70, and then the 2 challenges makes 94. So I have 94 points on the season so far.
I have 45, but they're good points, right? So like that's my goal. My goal is like it may be a slow trek, you know what I mean? But I want to make sure every placement I have are good points. Like I don't want to have to go back. Like if I win a cup, that's cool. I'll do it again, right? Like I don't want to have to keep replacing. So it's like I'm gonna deal with my challenges and I'm gonna deal with my cups before the regional season ends up starting, and then we move to the regional season, and I don't even have to worry about it.
I think my plan so far, like with the 2 seconds, I think if I could just win 2 challenges, I might not even play any more challenges. Like, I doubt that I'm going to miss top 125 by 6 points. That may sound like kind of like cocky or whatever, but like, I expect to go to a ton of majors, and like, I don't plan on being that close to the cusp that 6 points should really matter.
I'm noting that down for 10 months from now.
Dude, we're gonna have you back on. We're gonna have you back on when I get my Worlds invite by 6 points over, and Dre misses it for 6 points because I won those 2 challenges and he didn't. And then we're gonna have you back on, and we're just gonna have you point at him the whole episode. And don't say a word, just point at him.
Bro, we're gonna be in top 16 chase. We're not gonna be anywhere near the top 120.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
Plan, bro. That was the plan.
How about our guest? How have you been this season? What have you been into? What have you been getting around to doing?
So I've only been to 2 cups this season. I'm sitting on a big boost egg and championship points, but it doesn't really matter for me. Just went to 2 local cups here recently, last week and this past weekend. Played ancient box of both of them. Finished I think it was 11th and 1 and 10th and 1, so I was just outside of the top 8, maybe resistance. Most of that. For me, it's just I just need something to do. I'm free on this Saturday, I'm free on this Sunday. For me to just go get this done.
Yeah, let's go have fun.
Yeah. Evan is the most casual, lax player, and then when me and him play, he knows I need him to lock in, and he'll when this guy is in try hard mode, bro is really cracked. He is he's there's plenty of practice sessions that we've had where I'm sweating and trying to it feels like a grind. So whenever me and him play, it's not as lax because he knows I hate that, and he'll try hard and sweat just because he knows bro's trying to get me better.
Bro's good, but he doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? It's
the thing in Fresno, one of the continuous things that I always say, I'm you guys are so lucky that Evan does not care. Because if anybody were to piss him off enough that Evan decides to become a sweat, it's over for them. If Evan decided to lock in and become a sweat, can, and he'll dominate.
Yeah, because the thing is, when I play like Dre or play something else I know they want to play, that's when I'm actually like paying attention to what's in my deck. I'm actually like doing deck checks. I'm actually like, alright, let me math out these probabilities. Usually I'm just like YOLO, whatever.
Research, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever. That's how I mostly play. But like if I'm playing Dre, I'm like, oh, Dre really wants to get some testing in against this matchup. Okay, let me actually go through them. Let me actually go do what I need to actually do.
Yeah, he's one of my few locals that's like when I play him, I'm like, all right, I'm not just gonna be wasting my time here. I'm actually gonna get some like good reps in, which is like what I use locals for. Is kind of like a IRL, like more of like a regional simulation kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Whenever I'm getting ready for a new format, so it's always like one of the people I can always depend on. If I hit them, I'm gonna get some like a solid look. So moving on from our early championship events, we already know the world format. We discussed those cards already. So of course Pokemon, because their board gave us the Stellar Crown drops, and we got all those leagues.
We do. One more
So
thing
what
I
else-
do want to mention about Worlds
Yeah.
format before we pass it. Pokemon, get your stuff together, bro. How is this set not out yet? How is this set not out? It is legal for Worlds and it's not out for another 2 weeks. What are we doing? How,
Bro,
like,
you know the ETBs are delayed. We're not gonna have access to ETBs.
what? How are we supposed to get access to these cards that are legal play for Worlds? It's
You better go buy a bunch of Greninja and King EX boxes and hope you.
when are they
hope you
out?
know what you need. I don't even know, dude. I don't
Dude.
know. I've been waiting for. I know we have like. Do we have so many sponsors? So it's hard. But I know like whenever I need stuff. Usually PJ and Zach like send out a notice like, hey guys, this stuff is ready for pre-sale. If you need cars, let us know now. If you need product, let us know now. So I'm just waiting for that message.
Dude,
So yeah, but the average, but like this, hearing all this news, it kind of sucks for like the like non-sponsored player that may be competing in Worlds. Like,
my sponsor is in California. So the biggest problem I have here is that I live in Ohio. So by the time that the set would come out and he would have opened enough packs to get me the cards designated to use, I will already be in Hawaii.
Run proxies, bro, until they get there. You don't need the cards until we start the tournament.
Well, they aren't coming to Hawaii. They're gonna have to send them to me.
Isn't Brandon on your team?
Brandon's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same sponsor, right? And they can't.
I guess you could just throw him my way.
They gotta work them that. They gotta work something out.
All I know is that this is unacceptable.
No. That's 100% unacceptable on Pokemon side because this is on their side of things, like with TPCI and like their the factories or whatever they have that print the cards, right?
Yeah.
This is a problem from that side, is what I was told.
Because
I
just don't know how that works. Because like, they're releasing a set that's going because the ETBs don't come out until after Worlds, right? Like they push the ETB releases until after Worlds.
They delayed those, yeah.
So to get the ETBs, we're gonna have to buy. I mean, to get the cards, we have to buy $40 Kingdra EX boxes.
I think there are the bundles that come out too at the same time. Yeah, the regular version will now be released on August 23rd, which is dumb. The set's release is on August 2nd, and yeah, I think it's the Greninja EX boxes, the Greninja EX, the Kingdra EX, and then there should be booster bundles, but I'm not even seeing those. I'm not even seeing the booster bundles.
It's not a booster. It's a 151 head booster bundles.
A lot of the sets have booster bundles now. Instead of like that sell like the 5, they sell like 5 packs. Like pretty much every set since like I can't remember the first time they did it, but they were there. So okay, here's the breakdown I found on the website. So yeah. So the illustration collection. There's a King Gambit illustration collection that will have cards. Kingdra EX, the Greninja, the 3 booster pack promo card blister and the mini tin. So yeah, no, the booster bundles don't even come out till September 6th, so we can't even get the booster bundles. So you either gonna have to buy a bunch of mini tins, the 3 booster blister packs, the Greninja EX, the Kingdra EX, or the King Gambit illustration collection.
Good luck. Good luck. Those
Yeah,
things are gonna be
sounds-
sold out. It's gonna be, and the problem is like, you know, if they're scalpers right now, right? Like it's like one of those situations where like the scalpers could actually hugely take advantage of this situation
Yeah.
because the people going to Worlds are going to be willing to pay anything for those cards, like
we need the card.
because they need the cards. So like I could go to probably Target and they're gonna probably all be sold out. Like it no matter what I have to do. Like
You need to be going. You need to go to your GameStops and like, cause GameStop is taking pre-orders right now. You need to
okay.
go to Game. So like any of my Worlds competitors that are hearing this now, it should be Tuesday, July 23rd. There's plenty of time. Go call all your local GameStops. If it's like if you're going to Worlds and you need cards and you don't have a sponsor that can secure those cards for you and you have to do it the old-fashioned way, call all your GameStops because you can pre-order that stuff right
Call
now.
your local stores, like because
Yeah,
your
all
local stores would probably hold those boxes for you and not sell them to scalpers.
Yeah.
Way less
Yeah.
than like pre-order prices. Like I know that like for me it'll be fine because my local stores I had already communicated with them and they informed me that they will set aside a bunch of boxes and that they're gonna open them. They're gonna purchase them as a store, open up the packs, and sell me the cards.
Yep.
So it's like that's fine, but like for anybody else, like this is a nightmare situation, dude. And especially with like such important cards coming out in this set, like there's not a lot of important cards, but the Dusclops line is like if you need those cards, they're probably going to be anywhere from $20 to $30 for a regular Dusclops until World's over. Like it's a nightmare. This is
Yeah.
So, from like a business standpoint, obviously I've been working in business and companies for the last since I graduated. I assume what happened because obviously it's not an issue with the packs, it's not an issue with the cards, because they're getting all the other stuff out. There's probably an issue in the creating of the ETB boxes.
yeah.
Something in there obviously went terribly wrong. Right? Either probably they messed up the print run originally with the wrong artwork, or something just went totally messed up, a material issue happened that made it push, and like that's not a simple fix. Like,
Yeah.
if you're doing a run on all that stuff and you don't realize till after that it's messed up, right? That can push anything back like a month, week, to a month's back, right? And you don't
Yeah.
think that much issue, you'll see like let's run that again. But I'm like, if they don't have a dedicated area they're creating it in, it's in like a processing, they're getting a third-party company to make it for them, right? But yeah, I don't think Pokemon, generate those boxes, ETBs and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right, so obviously, somebody made a major mistake, and then they have to get it back on that, and that
3 weeks exactly.
3 weeks, yeah, 2 to 3 weeks. So that's pretty reasonable when stuff goes wrong.
Yeah. I mean it is
Yeah, I mean,
it's
the turnaround is pretty quick if when you think about what the potential issue is, but it's like you're a $1 billion company and you also have this being a major. So I don't think like stuff happened.
yeah, I
Problems
understand,
happen.
right?
I'm not mad that something happened wrong, but there's no like solution being brought up. Like I can't remember who tweeted it, but someone was asking about. I think it was Ian Robb, right? That brought up like judge proxies might have to be like something that may like
Yeah.
need to be approved for Worlds because like it's super messed up that something that was already kind of cutting it close because August 2nd is literally 2 weeks before, and you have to figure a lot of people are traveling. I'm traveling on the 11th. So
Yeah.
that's only that's barely more than a week after it releases. I need to have my stuff before I
Yeah.
go to Hawaii.
And had
So
had
it's
anybody else like ever wanted to take like a 2-week vacation preemptively before Hawaii, right? Now they're forced to not do that because they can't get the cards, right? And I don't think it's something that we should be mad at Pokemon about, like for like the ETB boxes, but how silent they've been on this issue. They haven't said anything, right? Like they have literally said nothing, and the issue is that the pull rates for these mini sets suck, right? The pull rates on mini sets suck, right? And if we need the packs, we're gonna have to buy multiple $40 to $50 boxes, right? to be able to afford the cards. So either roll back the format or allow judge proxies, because there.
That's gonna have to be it.
Yeah, because there's rolling back the format is the easiest solution possible, right? It's happened before. This is not a first time thing, right? They've changed the format preemptively right before Worlds before.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it was like a lot of years ago, but I think something similar to this happened where the set wasn't able to get pushed out until like 2 days before Worlds, and therefore the release date of the set was 2 weeks after Worlds, so they technically could not have allowed the set to be played. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember something like this happened, and they just basically were like, this was the planned format, we switch it back to the format before, and like, that would be fine, because one, everybody has the most experience with this, and two, like, it stops scalpers from costing us hundreds of dollars. Like, I assume Pheasandipities on release are going to be anywhere from $50 to $60 for regular arts.
No max rare for Worlds, bro. There's
No,
no
like-
way. There's no shot.
Like, unless you luckily...
I wanted the Altar and Ghosty line. No shot. Unless I pull them, no shot.
Yeah, it's like, they're going to be like $50 to $60 Pheasandipities on release, just simply because people understand what they need, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just unfortunate for everybody. I think Ian's idea works with the judge proxies. It's
Judge
just...
proxies is the simplest thing, because there's way too much time that's been dedicated by top players already.
Also,
I think.
Also, another thing Pokemon could just do is just bring a bunch of singles.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can
Yeah.
just Pokemon, right, and limit all the competitors. You come competitive, you can get any one of them want. I need a card you want. A limit of 4 of, so they
Yeah.
can match out. Like, it's like
It costs them nothing.
You know how many, exactly. You know how many people are gonna be there, right? So you know exactly how many people are gonna be there. So make sure you have each one of them eligible to have 4 of any of the cards that they need. You can come by like your 4 of Dusclops and need regular art or whatever, right?
Yeah, everything base rare.
Base rarity, and you just have them like, oh yeah, we'll just have this slot open. You guys can come purchase it, right? And they just like set an arbitrary price, whatever. Like, here's your 4 of Dusclops. Here's your 4 of whatever you need, right?
Yeah.
So you can have it. And if they announce that in like a week or 2 weeks, and like, okay, well I can just test with proxies, and when I get there, I just walk in, get what I need, walk out.
Yeah.
That would be a really insanely convenient solution. I wouldn't mind if I go somewhere in Hawaii, that Pokemon set up at the convention center, and I can just get base rare of the cards I need, and it's like, okay, well, we're just gonna
Limited
charge,
to
like,
competitors.
75 It's like 75. Yeah, right, to the competitors. 75 cents per Duskull, and you can only get a max of 4. Cool.
Yep.
I would be down for that.
That would also be
Like-
nice because, like for example, that would, if something like that got announced right before, then the people wanting to buy packs of the new set could do so, right? But the biggest thing is I don't like buying packs. I hate it. Like, it's something like a huge, like when I was a kid, I used to throw money at a brick wall all day, every day. I used to buy packs, right? But I hate purchasing packs now. It's like, it's a huge waste of money in any retrospect. Huge waste of money. It's fun if you earn the packs. Like yeah.
If you're a
Yeah.
collector and you do that and you do the
Oh,
stuff, okay.
yeah. As a player, it's a huge
As
waste
a
of money.
player,
But like, it's like, I don't want to have to buy $120 worth of Greninja EX boxes.
Yeah, no.
So any sort of solution by Pokemon would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Whether that's one of the 3 we just listed.
Yeah.
Like,
And the sooner the better, because like the longer we have to wait, the more we have to come up with our contingency plans of like, well, I guess I need to pre-order X amount of boxes and stuff like that. And then if they take it to last second, and I've already spent like $200 on like ripping product, I'm gonna be super pissed.
yeah. It's
Something
just,
needs to be announced basically before the end of this month.
yeah.
Before the
That's
actual release date.
within the next- Before like this next week is up. If
We-
they announce
yeah.
something, it's like,
Because I'm not gonna lie, it goes from a reasonably expensive Hawaii trip to one of the most expensive world championships that there's ever been. If this is the case, then this trip will rival the expensiveness of Hawaii. I mean of Japan. And Japan inherently was kind of cheap overall. Past obviously getting there, right? But this will probably be the if this is the case and they just do it this way and they don't help us at all, this will be the most expensive Worlds ever.
Yeah, simply because we had to spend so much money on cards, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, there's options that we just all laid out 3 different good options, whether that's proxies, whether that's them bringing base rare versions of the cards, or that's them rolling back the format. Any of those 3 options work, but it needs to be something done pretty soon because it is ticking, and people do have like money that they are.
I leave in less than a month. Like it's like I leave in less than a month to go, and I still don't have any cards.
Yeah, I mean, literally, this is supposed to release in 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. 11 days. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know,
speaking of sets,
loves to tease these sets and give us leaks. So I mean, we have Stellar Crown that we're gonna go over now, and it's so funny because we don't even have Shrouded Fable. We already know almost everything in Stellar Crown, and then they announced today another set that we're getting in November. It's like, bro,
did they? They announced another set today?
They did.
Yeah.
It was today or yesterday. I can't remember, but it's like, I just remember the joke being, the abbreviation could be sus, because it's like, Spark something. I can't remember what it is. Do a quick search.
I'm looking it up too.
It's fast.
Surging Sparks.
Yeah, Surging Spark. So it could be SUS. It could be sus.
That would be goated.
That'd be great. So all right, so let's go. Everybody, we all have the card translation for Stellar Crown. So before we go off of like cards that we like, we have, I think the one main card that we all need to kind of put in our input on is the new stadium. The hold on, I gotta find the actual name of the stadium because it's like, it looks like Superman's hideout. Right?
Area 0 under depths.
Yep, Area 0 under depth. Yeah, it looks like.
Is it the A-Spec one?
No,
that's regular.
Yeah, this is the Terra type one. So if a player has a Terra Pokemon in play, the player can have 8 Pokemon on their bench. Whenever this card leaves play, or a player no longer has any Terra Pokemon in play, they discard bench Pokemon until they have 5 on the bench. If both players discard, the owner of this card discards first. So it's Eternatus VMAX, Skyfield, however you want to look at it. But yeah, but it only works if you have a Terra Pokemon in play. So
I have a weird thought about this card.
Sure, shoot.
I think the card that is going to utilize this the very most out of all the options for this card is Palkia.
Yes.
I think Palkia is going to destroy next format with an iron fist, dude, because it not only has access to like hitting obscene amount of numbers, like dude, quick math, like 8 plus 5, right, which is, you got 13 there, 13 times 20, so that's 260 plus 80.
Wait, what math are you putting?
Palkia's math. Palkia's
is 20.
20 for both sides. Yeah, it's 20 per. Yeah, so it'd be 8 plus
40.
So what? No, 5 bench Pokemon on their side.
So right now, the max you can hit with Palkia with 5 and 5 is the max you can hit is 260.
Yeah.
40. Yeah. So 260. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes
right?
sense.
And
Right,
then now you add 3 more on your side. So
That's
now you're
another
hitting
6. Yeah.
That's another 60. You're hitting 320. And then if they some reason put down a 6 Pokemon on this side, now you're 340. That's clearing anything.
It's misplay though.
Yeah.
It's misplay though. Why would you do that?
You know what accompanying flute does? Do you know what accompanying flute does? Accompanying flute forces them to misplay. It forces them to misplay.
That's fair.
Right here, bro.
Yeah, and then we get also access to like the attack on the colorless Terra Pokemon, the one that comes out, and then we also have access. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that guy, but he's turtle. He's a pretty cool turtle. And then we get also Terapagos. I get it. All right, I heard you. But then we also get access to using. We have 2 spread attacks with Ninja and Ogerpon, right? Like you have the water ogre pond, so that way you're still able to use the area 0 under depths, and then you also have the Terapagos
Right.
EX, and that's really good. And you also get access to the owl. It's just Pulk Intel again, dude. It's just Pulk Intel.
Are you guys ready for me and my homie Mikey? Along the way, we're talking about some stuff, and he's a big Regis believer, and I actually am buying in. I think with the Galvantula EX
I'll scroll up to that so they can see.
paired in with that stadium, Galvantula EX has an attack where it is grass, lightning, and fighting. And
There's so many
Regis
cards in this set.
always Regis runs all 3 of those energies already in the deck. And
it does
item
progress.
lock. It's 180 damage. You have to discard all the energy off of the Pokemon, but you have Regigigas to put it right back on. Like, you don't have to worry about it.
My brother,
And then-
have you considered that Joltik has 30 HP?
Dude, we're not gonna need more than just one.
Do you know what Monkey Dory does?
Bro, it's fine. What are people really gonna be running Guardy in this format? I don't think so.
Guardy's not the only deck that plays Monkey Dory.
You know what? It's fine. If that happens, I can still pivot. If I'm playing that deck, I'm probably not using Galvantula against that deck. If it's a Frostlass deck, I'm probably just playing Regis.
I guess it's fair.
I can tell you a deck that's gonna run Monkey Dory. some local person is gonna play Driftlim, and just make sure they have double Monkey Dory in there just to move all the damage off every turn.
That's crazy. That's funny though. I am a huge fan of the Galvantula EX though, the potential item lock.
I think it's
And
good.
then having the ability to reload this thing every single turn, so you can keep the item lock by having the Regis in play, and then you can guarantee that you have the Regis in, like you guarantee you have the space because of the stadium. And Regis can run like a disgusting like mixed bag. Like you can run the Terapagos itself if you want to. If like you're playing against a deck that maybe doesn't need the item lock, or you just want to instantly get that stellar, or you start it. Right? Something like that. You start like the Joltik, so you need to have that extra bench space. Then you just run the Terapagos so you can throw it down. And then the Terapagos itself is actually like a really, really nice like attacker. 30 times damage. If you go second, you can't use attack during first turn.
It's so unfortunate that they put that there.
Yeah.
That's so
But
unfortunate.
it's still a pretty solid attacker.
Is it
And then
a
also-
basic or a stage one?
It's a basic.
It's a basic.
Oh, okay. Are there two
And it
forms to this Pokemon?
You said, yeah, there's like a baby form to it, I think. But this also has like a grass lightning. It has water, but you're going to be running luminous in Regis anyway, so you can give yourself a potential 0 prize or even just a
You
1
also
prize.
play Legacy.
Yeah, so I mean, you'll have well, that's what I was talking about, Legacy, like for the 1 prize, or making the Reggie a 0 prize threat. So like that's pretty huge.
It also
Regis,
makes
I think.
it also makes Galvantula a 1 prizer that does item lock and have 180 HP. That do 180 damage. That seems a little good.
So that's what I'm saying. See, look at you guys. See that? See, Jay's coming around a little bit. He's starting to see.
Listen,
the wheels are spinning a
you
little
have
bit.
to realize that for the last 8 months of my life, I've had Christian Fontnot on my team, and I need you to realize that no matter the circumstance, that kid beats Regis to the ground until they can't breathe and then makes them work more. All right? I understand.
I think it's good. I think it's actually good though. I think it's more than a meme for this format though. I think it actually can be good.
So the problem with that card for me is Gazer Beam likes it, so I have to.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Yeah, that's fair.
Card sucks.
So obviously
Yeah.
I have to be against it 100%.
Yeah, no, most definitely, but he won't run it properly. He'll find some way to ruin the list, and it won't be
Yeah,
good.
he's gonna
and
run he's gonna run in Lost Box or something.
yeah, he's gonna run it. He's gonna run against the fucking stuff, and then he's gonna lose and wonder why. That's hilarious.
I have Have you guys picked out 2 or so favorite cards from the set you guys want to talk about?
I have a card. Evan, why don't you do you have a card that you want to talk that you like
Yes,
out of here?
there's a card that I saw and immediately love it just because it's just a copy of 2 of my favorite stadiums from back in the day, and that's
Alright, go
Grand
for it.
Tree, the A-Spec Stadium. Just because Broken Time Space was a great card. Forest of Giant Stars was a
Totally
great
fair.
card.
Totally fair cards.
This brings me right back. And this is even better because you don't have to have a Pokemon in your hand to evolve it. You get that basic on the bench. Hey, let me put it into stage 1. Hey, let me put it into stage 2.
Don't ever say this card is better than Broken Time Space or a Forest of Giant Plants.
The idea that you could go to Vileplume plus Decidueye in the same turn was insane.
Someone's gonna
it's
find a broken combo.
Oh yeah, I think it might be a 1-up, but see the problem is
You can't play this in Dragapult, right? Because
No, you can't.
you can't play it because you need the
Neo upper.
Neo Upper Energy. Sorry, and like you can't play it. You could play this in Zard, but then like, what's the point of playing it in Zard if you were already gonna rare candy it, right? It's like there will be some sort of cool combo with this card. I think it's a really cool card, but with no Stadium search, that is my big issue with it. Right? Is
Didn't we get one?
no.
We got a card. Doesn't Culver's, the new Culver's, do that?
Yeah, but it's a stadium. It's a card that just searches for a stadium. Like that seems like, why are we adding that in as a 1-of to get our Grand Tree or?
No, man, I think-
I don't think it'd be something right now. Like obviously, my idea is I can evolve into a Greninja right away. Right with it, and 1 energy attach, you're hitting, then you're searching for your deck for two cards you need. And obviously, we don't know the next cards that come out. Somebody's gonna come up with some weird, EX stage 2 that nobody thought about. That might be good now with that. Again, we're gonna have to see, and we're gonna see what cards come out in the future too. Yeah, this might be a card where 2 sets down the line, we're like, oh man, this is good. This is broken.
Culver's Tenacity searches a stadium card and an energy card, by the way.
Free me, bro.
Alright, my bad. I'm gonna honorable mention this card. It's not one of my picks, but when I saw this card, I audibly gasped,
And I thought in the back of my brain, what in the hell is Pokemon doing? They should have never ever printed this card. Sparkling Crystal seems like a giant mistake on the card design department. It seems really broken. Allowing Terra Pokemon to cost 1 less type of any energy seems so stupid. And it's a tool card that you can just Arvin for rare candy, Sparkling Crystal into Dragapult, attach Fire Energy, hit. Like, that seems broken. It seems like it just completely replaces the idea of Neo Upper, right? Because like effectively it does the same thing, right? And you get to save your energy attachment too, so you can still utilize your next turns. Like unless they hit you with like a vacuum or something that turn, like if you go like a late game Iono Sparkling Crystal and then load up another Dreepy or Dracloak, right? That seems so good. Also,
It does.
Zard attacking for 1 energy seems stupid. There is a lot of other circumstances where I think it becomes really good.
I don't know how broken it is, but when I read it, I audibly gasped. I think that card is kind of nuts.
I don't think it's gonna be too powerful, just simply because we do have so much tool like denial.
Yeah, we do have Jammin
I don't
Tower,
really-
but
I mean, we have vacuum, we have Jammin Tower, we have what's the? I mean, the Genesect that denies ace specs. Like, there's a few different ways to like counter that. So I mean, I'm not too worried about that.
I mean, the only thing to be worried about is like a basic Terra Pokemon with a 1.
Yeah.
With a 2 cost, yeah.
That is a busted attack that's like 1 or 2 energy. Did he go Arvin first turn, get that, have the energy task, and just do something like it's like a lockdown.
Yeah, you also have Glass Trumpet too, which seems stupid. So,
Oh, Glass Trumpet looks nice too on any.
Yeah, I like Flash Trumpet. I think that's a pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks like a pretty decent card. I think so.
I'm excited to play Arceus with Glass Trumpet.
Thank God.
Arc Glass Trumpet seems broken. It seems stupid. Plus, you get like an actual item card that allows you to load up other attackers that don't need to be attached by like arc. Like for example, if you wanted to play like the Terapagos and arc, you could because you have Glass Trumpet now. Like it opens up so many realms of possibilities for my tiny little arc brain.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. One of my picks is going to be the Crispin supporter. So, I think Crispin is going to help Dragapult a lot. So Crispin research your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types. So obviously, helps a lot of Terra Pokemon. And you reveal them to your opponent. You put one of them into your hand, and you put the other one. You attach it to your Pokemon. So you can get the double attachment you need.
Yeah, it's just
And now you may not need to run Neo Upper, and you can run this, and then you can actually have a better ace spec in Dragapult, and that can allow you to maybe run the Grand Tree to help you get up to that Dragapult faster now, or that can help you give you deck space to run the Sparkling Crystal, so now you only need 1 energy, and you can double load the other guy, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think Crispin is going to be the thing that kind of cracks Dragapult open in this Stellar Crown format when we get that. It just seems really, really gross, especially for Dragon types, and then a Terra Dragon type like Dragapult.
Yeah. You got any more?
So that,
My brother?
that's my other pick besides the Galvantula. I like the Galvantula, and I like the Crispin.
Yeah, we kind of already talked about the ones I was interested in. Like obviously the stadium, the area 0 on the depths, Grand Tree, and then the Terrapagos, because I'm gonna be big on the Terrapagos Palkia.
Yeah,
I'll be playing that a lot.
I think I have a big opening in my heart for colorless Pokemon. I love them. They're like my favorite Pokemon. And I think this set finally starts to do a little justice of what my colorless Pokemon babies deserve. Noctowl is broken. It's really good. It's really good. It's a stage 1 Shady Dealings in Inteleon. That's insane. Like it's everything I could want and more. It has 100 HP too, so it doesn't die from Greninja. That's really good. And the Hoot Hoot has 70 HP, so it doesn't die from Dragapult. It's so perfect. And then
good numbers.
Then they dropped the Fan Rotom, which is stupid. It just says, once in your turn, you may search your deck for 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So you could you put down Fan Rotom, and you had like 2 or 3 Hoot Hoots out. You're like, oh, well, I needed Boss Reset Stamp, I needed everything I needed, Unfair Stamp, everything I needed. Okay, that's fine. And then the Bouffalant. I think the Bouffalant is really good for control. It's got the ability Curly Wall. If you have any other Bouffalant in play, your basic colorless Pokemon takes 60 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. The effect of Curly Wall doesn't stack. But what's really good is Control already plays a Bouffalant, right? It plays the Lost Zone Energy Bouffalant. So if all of your Pokemon just consistently take 60 less damage, attacks that would originally get through stuff like Mimikyu, right? Get through stuff like Mimikyu, get through your Snorlax, right? Like Zard doesn't. Their game plan can't be knock out themselves with Charmander, and they can knock out Snorlaxes anymore because they can't, right? Like, it's just there's a lot of cool things that can happen with like Snorlax being able to have a base 210 and then 260 with Charm is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I don't know necessarily how good it is, but I think it's a really cool effect on a really cool card.
There is a lot of potential. This Stellar Crown set seems like it's going to be very, very like game changing. Probably one of the most game changing ones we've had since it seems like the first set of the year of like the new season is always just like laying the groundwork for the year, because like there's a lot of cards in this set that I can see that are probably going to be still played in decks by the time we get to next year's Worlds.
Yeah.
Like last year we got which was the set that was like the Paldea Evolved, right?
Yeah.
That was like when we got
Iono.
All the big meta shifting cards that we're still playing that are like staples. And I can see a lot of cards in here that have the potential to be format staples for the next year.
Yeah.
Like obviously like the knocked owl seems. I mean, it's like you said, it's shady dealings. Like there's no shot that that's
It's
not
better
just, like,
shady dealings, right? Like by far, it's better shady
it's
dealings.
entirely on shady dealings, except it's on the stage 1, so it's way better. You just run a 4-4 and you're stupid. You don't have to run like a 4-3-1 or 4-3-2 or whatever it used to be, or 4-4-1 or 4-4-2,
Yeah.
whatever it was. You get to just have 4-4. Now you have more deck space to fill in with like stuff you want to actually use. So it's kind of disgusting. That stadium is probably going to be the Terra Stadium is probably going to be around the entire time it exists. There's probably going to be some sort of Pokemon, as long as we have Palkia, as long as we have Raikou, and as long as we have like those and playing attackers. Like it's just going to rely on those.
We
Like,
also
that
got
defense
a
around.
we got a pretty cool fossil Pokemon too that I think could slide pretty okay into control. It's the antique root fossil. It's play this card as if it were a 60 HP basic colorless Pokemon, and its ability Primal Roots. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's basic Pokemon attacks costs colorless more. So depending on the circumstance, I think it's a cool card. I think we have something similar in format already.
I don't know if, I mean, we have plenty of stadiums that make the retreat cost more. I don't know, what do we have that, something that makes the attack cost more?
I don't think so. No, I mean, we have
Doesn't headquarters make the attack cost more?
headquarters does, yeah.
Headquarters don't.
Yeah.
But that's just on basics. That's only on
Yeah,
basics.
that's not on basic.
Yeah.
So this is on anything, right?
No, it's on
Oh,
basics.
no, it's basic Pokemon. No, it's basics
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so it's still not. It's probably still not as good. Then, because
yeah.
it's only basics. If there was just it just makes your opponent's attacks cost colorless more, it'd be super good. But the basics thing, it's like, I don't know if it's gonna be that big of a deal.
There's one more card I just noticed right now that I think is gonna be good for any as a option against one prize decks. That's the Briar.
Which one?
The Briar. You can only.
Oh, that card is so good. I forgot about that.
Until the end of your turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from a Terra Pokemon's attack, take one more prize card.
Oh, that's
So let's say
right.
if you're playing the Terrapagos against the Ancient Box, you play this, take the knockout Terrapagos, all of a sudden you're ahead, you win the prize trade.
It's also broken because Dragapult can use it, take 3 prizes, and then take a 1 prize KO on the bench, right?
Guys. Ogerpon can take 3 water. Ogerpon can take 3 prize cards on 2/2 prizers.
But you can only play it when you're down to 2 prizes. This is a closeout card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically
cards.
yeah.
Okay.
So, you
So I
can
mean,
only- it's basically a way like if you're trying to just one prize you,
yeah.
and you're like and they know they can get knockout and you get 2 prizes left, they only have 1 prize on the board. You play it, that's your win. You win right there. Like that's your way to get her out round of any big
And
one
that's
prize
tough.
decks that's popping.
Makes Radiant Charizard like not as good.
Makes Guardy seem a little rougher.
Yeah, this thing seems like a huge tech against Guardy. And then this thing, yeah, like anything that plays like a late game 1 prizer that tries to clean up, like the Dragapult and Zard, it's gonna make like Rad's Hard not even like worth the spot anymore.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I think most decks are gonna be running the Dusclops line, so maybe Radiant Serena becomes the preferred Radiant in a lot of those decks anyways.
I like
That's
Radiant
interesting.
Serena. I've always been a Radiant Serena voucher.
I like Radiant Serena back when like you reran it in Single Strike Lugia to play around Lost Box.
Yeah.
So I've always been a big Radiant Serena fan. I'm down for Radiant Serena to come back and get some love.
Looking through this, I don't think there's anything super. Like, I think we went over all the main ones that came out.
Yeah, there's nothing else that seems like it's really sneakily good. Everything seems kind of meh. It's either like it's so this set is really polarizing. Either these things, all these cards are going to be. I mean, a lot of these cards are going to be super meta defining, and the other ones are just bulk.
Yeah, like that's kind of how most sets are. A lot of them is bulk. A lot of them are super meta.
Oh no, because a lot of you have some sets where we get like some like kind of middle stuff, like hey, it could be cool, like it could be good. There's a lot of like just like dead cards. Like, these Charge Above, Vicavolts, like it's just dead. Like I don't see anything that's worth taking a second glance at. Even the Greninja EX, another Greninja EX that's not really good.
That's 3 Greninja EXs.
They need to give us some good. They need to give us good Greninja. Why do they keep doing Greninja so dirty, man?
Like outside that Drifloon, there's nothing like, oh, this is a fun deck. I'm just gonna play a beat I want to play.
Right.
Right. Outside of that, outside of that card.
Oh,
Realistically-
Hydrapple.
Yeah,
I
just
Drapple.
scrolled up the slide too.
That is one thing we need to talk about because I think this card, Jared Sean, my homeboy, right, thinks this card has potential that is unmatched to human beings. Its ability, Ripening Charge. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. If you do, heal 30 damage from that Pokemon. And then Syrup Storm, 30 damage for each grass energy attached to all your Pokemon, plus 30. So basically, this in combination with Grass Ogre Pond, there are worlds where like you're able to hit really large numbers really fast. I'm assuming your Charizard matchup's great. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
You
assuming.
should be beating Charizard.
Yeah, but like other than that, I don't. And it's also a stage 2, so you need rare candies, right? So like, it's basically just like the. If you think about it, it's the opposite of Chen-Pao, right? Because Chen-Pao's attacker is a basic, but its support is a stage 2, and Hydrapple, the attacker is a stage 2, and the support is basic.
Yeah.
And they do basic.
Bring out that Grand Prix. This is
Wait,
where you bring out the Grand Prix.
you bring out the Grand Tree.
Hey, Grand Prix.
You go Grand
Grand
Tree, Ripening Charge, attach, 4 Ogre Pond, goodbye.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're just gonna go attach energy, use the ability, attach energy, and then we're gonna go Teal Dance, Oko.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I think that's a
Sick.
cool card. I don't know. I think Jared Sean will get a day 2 with it because he's Jared Sean. And, but I also, I think it's fine.
I
But
think it'll be okay. I don't think it's gonna like be a meta like the meta deck. It's probably just gonna be a cool rogue one, but
yeah.
all right, we're gonna move in to our favorite part of the show. It's becoming my favorite part of the podcast. What you got?
All right.
Jay
Did
did tease that we got some
Did,
packs.
Do you have a pack to open by any chance?
I just got Twilight Masquerade.
Oh man.
Got on me.
Oh man. Let me
But
go ahead and
I'm-
flex on you what I got. We got
I'm-
got ourselves a Japanese Evolutions pack. Oh man, that Twilight Masquerade
Yeah,
better have
this
some
is-
crazy in it.
Yeah, Jay took the L on the last episode. I was like, nah, we're not risking it. I'm giving myself like a 99% chance to win this. All right, well, here we go. Let's break it open.
Oh man.
I'm just counting on my ability to high roll.
Dude,
if I- win this
if
one.
I lose this, I'm coping hard. I'm coping hard.
If you
This is-
somehow lose this is gonna be hilarious.
Here's the thing: if
Alright.
you get a hollow rare, any hollow in this pack is worth more than your hollow rare.
Yeah, exactly. I have to have a banger. All right, I have to hit like the Greninja EX. All right,
Alright,
you
is
ready?
there a card trick? I don't know.
For mine, I know I got my one from the back, so I know I have mine.
Alright, we got our boy Smeargle. There you go. I'll let you kind of catch up because I only have 4 more cards left.
Yeah, your Japanese packs are smaller, but like your hollow is already broken. I think you can catch up with me now.
Alright, we got an Ariados. We got a Slugma. Oh, I got a Hollow Marshadow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dude. No! I lost! No! No!
Let's go!
I was really banking on you getting a hollow, bro. No!
Upset.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
god. Oh my
That's how you
god.
do it, baby. That's how you do it.
What an
Let's
incredible
go.
letdown, dude. It's okay. I'm coming back swinging next week. What I've
Right
learned
now,
is that I just need to
weigh packs before I challenge you. That's what I learned. I just need to cheat, and it's fine.
I bought a booster bundle and just pulled one out. I'm like, alright, screw it. We'll see what we do.
Oh my goodness. I can't. If had you had pulled any hollow, it was wraps. I want.
Yeah, I didn't lose because like the Japanese hollows are worth more because the designs are cooler.
Yeah. They're also just.
If you don't hit, and I do, I beat you. Though.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. And that's a good card too. That was a good pull.
Table card too. All right. So now we're gonna close up. Now I really want to just go back and focus more on Evan. You mentioned consistent casual. So as a consistent casual, what does that mean to you? And like, how have you like used the game, like you said, to fulfill like an itch that you have, stuff like that, and like just give us like your general outlook on the game state now, and if you can like tie it into like your kind of view on the whole new worlds format that everybody has had a lot of ruffled feathers about. So I'm just gonna give you the mic. It's all you, man.
Yeah, so yeah, like I started playing Pokemon. I never really considered like, oh, I'm gonna be a good player. I'm gonna be like whatever, make worlds or anything. I just play it because I need something to do. I need something to be around other people, have some fun, do something that's kind of competitive. Obviously, I do go to a decent chunk of events, regional stuff. Because I'll just here for the fun. I'm just here to play, have fun. Whatever the world's format is, whatever the qualification is, at the end of the day, none of that really matters to me. I make the joke like, oh, this is the year I'm gonna try hard. Right? You say that at the beginning of every year just because you're like, I got but it's just like, for me, I never want to sweat it, right? I have stress and other stuff in life and work and other things. I don't want everyone Pokemon, my hobbies to stress me out. Obviously, I try to win. I'm not gonna say I don't try to win. Like on regional stuff, I do try. Maybe not. I don't do enough practice or anything like that. But I'm out here, just having fun. Every time I go to regional, it's just like, hey, I got a weekend to hang out with the boys, right? Yep. That's how I think about every time I go to regional. So if I do good or if I do bad, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm still out here with my homies, just having a good time. And for me, that's the mindset a lot of more people should have. I feel like because me especially going to regionals and stuff for a long time, have seen people quit games at regionals. Like they just go vendors sell all the stuff. Wow. I've seen that. I've seen that at San Jose regionals before. Wow. So I saw somebody go and literally sell all the stuff after they had like whatever 03 drop, right? And I'm just like, that's not the outlook you should be having on this. This shouldn't define you as a person. And that's kind of the problem I have, like when I play like a lot of these, especially younger kids, right? So you see, like, obviously I'm an older dude, I'm in my 30s, right? So I'm out here, I play against, like, you play against somebody that's into like the 20, 20, 21, 19, whatever, and then they're like, oh man, I'm really trying to like sweat this out and everything, and I'm like, I'm trying to focus on this, and I'm not telling like, yo, bro, you should be focusing on, like, that's cool, like, you like Pokemon, like, do your best at what this is, but don't let this define who you are. And I think that's a real problem. I see a lot of people like they're thinking like this defines me as a person, and like that shouldn't really define you as a person. You need to be a whole, completed person outside of Pokemon, right? Just you got your friends you make the Pokemon, you got friends you grew up with like playing, right? And then like I told Dre this a few times, like I'm kind of an a-hole a little bit, probably an a-hole, but like I tell these kids like at the end of the day, like this Pokemon, none of this really matters.
Yeah.
We all die in the end. I've said this multiple times in regionals to people I've played against, right? And I'm very friendly when I play. Like when I'm at regional, I talk.
Sound like it.
Want to talk, we talk. Go through all this stuff, right? And then like I think one time at I want to say it was a SoCal regional LA. It was LA regional in like 2017. I was playing against this one girl and we started talking and like, oh, she's going to school to become an accountant. So I just started giving a download of me being an accountant for the last, like over a decade. Just like give a download, you gotta do this, do this, do this, do this. While in the middle of playing, while shuffling deck and playing, I was like, do this, do this, do this, do this. As she was coming up to like last year of school. Like, and she was very thankful for that. And we became friends on, Twitter or whatever, and then we went back and forth a little bit, like I was giving advice and stuff. Right, so that's basically my outlook on any of this stuff. Like, obviously, like the Worlds format currently, I know a lot of people were annoyed by it, right? And like because it's gonna limit the amount of people going. And I understand, like, there's a lot of people that grinded it out, and it's easier for you to math out to make Worlds if there's a point total. You can be like, okay, well, I'm gonna hit these regionals and then hit these cups, and I'm gonna try to math out to make, I gotta do this to get to the Worlds. And now you kind of don't know, especially for like the bottom, let's say the bottom 25. Like the people in the top 100 will probably be enough points that even go into the last few events, they're gonna not have to worry about it. But then like everybody between like 101 to 125, it's gonna really come down to like that last internets.
Yeah.
And you're not really gonna know where you're at. And if you don't get into, you know, New Orleans, you know, for NAIC, that could really put you out of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's really gonna become the point where you're gonna have to be going, chasing, pretty much the whole season. Not everybody's gonna do that. So I predict like at the beginning regionals are gonna have the same amount of turnout we usually have. Like we saw the increase, and then towards the middle season you're gonna see it less because people that went through like 5, 6 regionals, right? That really travel for regional and stuff. They're gonna go only to like maybe 2 and 3 because they just want to get the experience, but they know like, oh, I'm not gonna actually. If I don't do good in these first couple, then really I'm not gonna be able to chase it.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not like, you know, and I don't want people to get discouraged by that. Like I felt like a lot of people were getting real discouraged by the amount being like, oh, I'm not gonna make Worlds. Like, yeah, dude, you're not gonna make Worlds, but you can still like go enjoy your time at the regional, right? You don't gotta like, it's not everything like about where you're placing.
Yeah.
From my point of view, like I don't care. I really, am I day 2? If I don't, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's kind of, I'm more annoyed if I day 2
Yeah.
because then I can't, you know, enjoy the night before.
Yeah.
And
Like,
go out drinking with the boys.
Yeah, Dre knows. I've stayed.
I've missed a lot of like good nights out with the boys. I see like the Facebook stories and stuff the next day after I finish playing in day 2, and I'm like, man, I kind of wish I could have did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Dre roomed together in San Diego when I had a real good.
They came in like 3 a.m. Him and our other local that we roomed with, Lego. They come in. I hear them. I'm asleep. I hear them come in, and I just hear that like one of them starts yakking, and then they go to sleep, and both of them just out cold, and their snoring was in sync. And I think I was able to sleep through it because it was in sync. One of them like had a cough or a sniffle or something that like messed up their breathing pattern, and their snores started to offset. and I woke up. I had to like, I yelled one of their names. I was like, "Yo!" and then it went back to being like synchronized. But that's like the most I remember. And I'm like, dude, that's hilarious. And it was really awesome. And then I think Lego twisted his ankle.
I don't remember how we got back that night. That was,
They don't even remember. They couldn't tell me. Lego couldn't tell me how he twisted his ankle. Like it was so funny.
The last thing I remember was going to like a club with all the Sacramento boys, and then I was like Joe Sanchez, and then I was like, oh my god. And then pretty much after that point, after me and
Raven and
Joe had a
them,
drink,
right?
after that I'd be like, after that I was like, I don't know how we got back.
See, and you know what? That's the thing. That's kind of the reason why I wanted to bring you in. Is like you have a different perspective than like the most people that you hear on these podcasts. Because I mean, a lot of the people on these podcasts are going to be players of mine or Jay's or higher. You know, like the player, like the pro players or like the slightly above average, like tryhards.
Yeah.
Like those are usually the only opinions you hear. So I kind of wanted to bring you in as more of like, 'cause I know that you know, prefer this to be like your non-stress part of your life. Like, and there's a lot of people that have let the hobby that is supposed to be their hobby become stressful. And at that point, what was the point? The hobby is so you can enjoy your time and have a good time. And a lot of people are kind of getting away from that. And I get why they want the prestige, like to glow. Like everybody wants to win. It's like, you know, we all play, like you said, when you play, you're trying because you enjoy playing the game, you want to win. But like you're not letting it get to the point where it affects your self-worth. And I think that is a huge problem, like you mentioned. Like it is like you should not. And I'm also guilty of being a person that's like that. Like I've let it Like when I've missed day 2s, it like ruin my whole weekend. I go and I sulk in the B&B and I don't want to be around people, and then I miss out on like people that come to the events because they want to meet people like me, like Jay, like CalCon, or like, and if we have a bad tournament, we decide to go sulk in our B&Bs, and then like, you know, we're kind of like messing up other people's experiences by ruining our own experiences, right? Because us not being around there, a lot of people like go because they just want to have the chance to play against people and meet people like us they see on like the podcast and on stream and stuff like that. So I think no matter what role you have in this community, it is really important that we need to like address the mental health issues like when it comes to stuff like that. It's like we can't be letting this card game affect our self-worth that much.
Yeah, and I also think the thing on, like, we hear about all this stuff, like, everybody getting pissed on Twitter. We gotta understand Twitter is only like or X, is only like a hyperbolic chamber of like the loudest voices you're hearing. Like, majority of the players that play are playing for the fun. I think more people treat it closer to what I play it as, right? Because I talk to a lot of people, they're like, they're playing for fun, they're playing for... There's some people that are trying really hard, you know, and they're good, and they're making the day 2s, they're trying to qualify for Worlds. And there's that percentage of people that don't achieve what they want, and they get really upset about it. And I'm just like, I'm trying to tell these people, like, you don't gotta get upset about this, man. You can just, like, you had a bad tournament, it happens. You know, you can either never play again, or you just do what you should do, which is dust yourself off, come back. Try again, right?
I really like the way that you think about this, because it's very, very, very similar to the way I take every single event. And anytime I do coaching, anytime I talk to anybody about the game, it's a very simple, I explain to them every event is like a 3-step process. Step 1, getting there, feeling good about yourself, having a mindset that no matter what happens, you know, it's going to be a good time. Step 2 of that process is actually playing and understanding that while playing, shit happens, right? Like, there are things that are out of your control, and maybe even some things that are in your control that you miss or you make mistakes about. That's what a human does, right? And anybody who doesn't do that is a machine. Andrew Hedrick, I am looking at you. But what I'm and step 3 is have a good time, right? It's like, and if you do those, like, if you are happy when you go into an event, you will do better than if you're not. It's just simply put, right? Like, no matter what the circumstances, if you're happy and in the right mindset, you will more than often not do better than when you don't, right? And a good example of this is last season, at the beginning of the year, I went to 5 regionals, and I didn't day 2 a single one of them. But all of them were really fun, right? Don't get me wrong. Like, I had a lot of fun. I went to Toronto. I got to hang out with the boys and drink a little bit. It was a good time. But I was really hard on myself for all of those events because it was the start of the season, and I was really, really, really low, right? Really low in the rankings. I just saw Dre get top 17. You know, shout out my boy. I saw Fly get top 8, Sawyer get top 8, Dom get top 8. All of my friends are getting top 8, right? And I'm sitting there not even able to get to day 2, right? And so it frustrated me over and over and over again until Sacramento Regionals came. I talked to my therapist, and I was like, man, I need to know what I'm doing wrong. Like my life feels miserable. And they're just like, let it go. Like, stop pushing everything you have into the game and focus more on your life outside of the game. And then when you go play the game, hang out with your friends and have a good time. And I did. And the first event back, I day 2'd Sac, and then I didn't do too good the next 2 events, right? But then I day 2'd 5 events back to back, 2 of which being top 16s. And, you know, when I went into the tournament, I didn't care about what happened. Not at all. Not once. I didn't care. I was like, at the end of the day, like, obviously when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm on the bubble for top 16, I'm like, obviously I'm hoping I get top 16 at that point. And, like, it's okay to do that, right? It's okay, like, once you have achieved the goal that you had originally, it's okay to hope for higher, right? But don't fault yourself. Because I've also, like, if you think about it, I've also had a terrible day too. Like, Indianapolis, I started 8-1, right? And I got 128th place, right? It's like, and I didn't let that beat me up too much. Like, obviously there's the sourness a little bit, right? You know, because your chances that you had have gone away. But you have to realize that at the end of the day, it was still fun, right? You're there to play Pokemon, and Pokemon is fun. The only people that should ever treat this like most people do are people like Azul, Tord,
and like Andrew Mahone, right? Like those people that their livelihood depends on the game, right? If your livelihood is dependent on the game and you don't stream, you should probably go look at different forms of monetary value in your life, because you are going to always be harder on yourself if you don't have the money to go to the next event, right? Like it's just how that works. I've been in that position before. Like I didn't have a job, I was trying to make my money off Pokemon, and it just wasn't working, right? So then I was just like, well, I'm gonna fix my life outside of it, go back, and now I'm happy as ever. I can't wait to play at Worlds. I went 1-3 drop in Japan, and I had a good time, and I could go 1-3 drop again, and I could have a ball, but I don't want to do that. But
But
at the
like, if that happens, you just gotta understand, like, it's okay to like feel a little bad about it. Like, oh, I didn't achieve, I didn't do as good as I want to do, but you can't let that weigh on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem when you like weighing on. Because I've had like trips where I like came back from like cups and stuff, and came back from anything, and the person I'm riding with is just like real upset about it because they missed top cut. I'm like, oh, there's gonna be another cup next week. You feel bad right now, but like 20 minutes into the 2-hour drive back, you should be like, we should be back to our normal, BS, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you need to have a balance. You need to not, like, it's fine. Like, I'm not telling people like, you don't be completely like me. Like, I just don't care. I feel like, I'm not saying people should be like that, but you should understand, like, at some point, like, yeah, okay, you didn't do that good. Like you said, you were 8-1 and then had a bad day too, right? But I'm sure you like, okay, felt bad for a little bit, and you're like, oh well, it was still a good weekend, had fun.
Yeah, I went back to the Airbnb, hung out with the boys. I think this is when I was just starting to have cancer, so like I didn't get to drink or anything, but like all my friends drank, so I was, babysitting, which is always fun. You know what I mean? It's really fun if you think about it. So it's just like, I had a good time. I really wasn't too stressed out about anything. It was just a really good event, even if I did mediocre at the end of it. I still started 8-1. I was still like 7th going into day 2.
And then there's gonna be the next regional. There's always gonna be the next tournament, right? There's always gonna, until Pokemon says that's it, we're done.
Exactly.
There's always
With the amount of money they're making, that ain't happening.
always gonna be the next one, right? And that's what you gotta go. At some point, you just gotta be like, hi, I feel bad, I didn't do as good, but hey, you know what? A month from now, a couple weeks from now, however long it is until the next one, there's the next one coming up, and I'll try again. Pick myself up, go again.
Exactly.
It should just be motivation to do better, right? Like put your feet back in the ground, dig them in a little bit harder, and actually work harder than you did last time. Even if that's like you felt like you worked really hard last time, right? Do just a little bit more, right? And then eventually you'll see success if you're happy and well tested.
It's just, I wish a lot more of these people would have this balance.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big thing. Like, there's gotta be balance. Like, obviously you want to work hard, but you shouldn't let it affect your emotions. It shouldn't affect your headspace. You shouldn't let there's nothing wrong with failing at a certain point, because failure will let you grow.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when I started playing card games, I used to get my head caved in because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, so I played a bunch of card games. I played Yu-Gi-Oh!, I played Magic. I play One Piece right now. I just pick game first beginning. Yeah, I get my head caved in. I don't feel bad. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
Right? But like, a loss is like, you're never gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be you're human. There might be a time when you make a misplay and it costs you the game. Right?
Yep.
That's just how it is. Like, sometimes you just make a misplay, right? It's how what happened. Like against this past cup, right? The Endless Cup. Right? In round 1. I made a misplay against Keon, right? That cost me the game. I knew it like the next round, next turn. I was like, man, that cost me. I would have had it if I did this, right? And then like Keon's my boy. I didn't feel bad. Like, Keon's my boy, and yeah, he won that cup, great. But I'm like, man, I would have beat him if I just did this one simple, when I did this one thing. I was like,
yeah.
But then I was like, I felt bad for 30 seconds. I was like, it is what it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Right?
Yeah, whatever.
The main thing is that, like we say, we keep going to it. It needs to be balanced. Unless this is like your job, like even me, this is like now my profession. I do this full time. This is what I'm doing. But like, I've sought out therapy for myself because I also had I have other emotional and mental trauma that needs to be dealt with. But this is also like I have now an outlet to get some of this stuff off to help, deal with some of this stress. But like, it's definitely like, even if it is your profession, I can, like you mentioned, Jay, like the only people that should be like weighing down on themselves hard is Azul, Torrid, and like Mahone. I guarantee you those guys play as well as they play because they don't let it happen. Because they have the mentality. Especially I've listened to Azul talk so much because I actively watch his streams and like there's never okay, I didn't do what I want to do. Yeah, that sucks.
Anyway, next one.
Next one. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna just cut the next one. That's all the mentality needs to be. It's like, okay, next one. That sucked. Now I'm gonna go enjoy my weekend. I'm gonna go back, prep for the next one.
Yep.
So overall, I think we're on a consensus. Stop getting on your guys' head on your own head so hard about things. There's always gonna be a next tournament. I think that's a good way to close this one out. Evan, let's start with you. Let's go ahead and give your shout outs and all that good stuff.
I just want to shout out the rest of the Fresno Pokemon TCG community. Obviously, all the boys, all the professors here too, because we run leagues basically every day. For a while, we run leagues every day. There's a lot of work by the professors. To put in all that, big shout out to Dre. Dre came in, put his mind to it, and two-time worlds qualified. He was like, I'm gonna do this. He did it. It was great.
Not too many people have seen like me from the beginning, and Evan was the person that saw me the very first day I stepped foot into an LGS. So nobody has seen my journey as much as Evan has.
Yeah. So and then, we got a big community here locally, and I still enjoy playing the game because I still get to meet new people. Right?
Yeah.
I get to be. So just shout out to all the people I know from locally and around. California and around the country that I met that are the homies, that I met through Pokemon. Some of my really, really good friends now I've met through this game. So all you guys know who you are. I'm not gonna go through individually shout out every one of you, right? Okay, obviously all on my meme team dropping rink, all you guys on my meme team,
I'm an honorary member of Team Drop and Drink.
Honorary member of Team Drop and Drink, right? All these guys out here. Like, you guys all know, and I'm gonna keep playing this game. I don't know, but the thing is, I may quit tomorrow. I may play for the next 10 years. Who knows? Right?
Yeah.
We're gonna enjoy it. We're enjoying it right here,
I'm
man.
gonna enjoy when I play it. And I just want to let everybody know, I really enjoy all you guys that hear this that know me. Know I enjoy having you as friends. Enjoy all talking to you guys. Obviously, there's only one person in the Pokemon community I hate. Dre knows who that is. I'm not gonna say it right now, but.
We can't drop the name.
It's Gazer Beam. It's Gazer Beam.
I meme hate Gazer Beam, but he's all right.
No, there's one individual in the community that gets no love from this guy, zero love. But
Zero love.
no name drops here. But I appreciate you, Evan. All right, Jay, shoot him off. Shout outs, closing statements.
Shout out my boy. I got a couple shout outs here that are very important. First, shout out my boy Nick Rupert for always being up and getting this stuff done for us. I love him. He just crashed his car because he's dumb, but but he's fine, and I'm glad that he's fine because otherwise nobody would make our thumbnails. And I love you, buddy. And second, shout out my local area who I have been working really hard with recently to try to, I've been offering free coaching and hanging out and helping everybody in my local area try to raise up the skill a little bit so that way we are able to be more competitive and take a more competitive aspect when it comes to cups and challenges and that kind of stuff. It's something that I really want. It's something that a lot of the community wants is their area to be slightly more competitive, which seems counterproductive for me, right? Because I would just go win them, but I also just don't want to be the only one winning things. You know what I mean? And shout out Matthew Dennery for giving me a donut tonight at Locals. And this is all.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna close it out here. So my shout outs, first of all, I need to give a huge shout out to Darkside Games in Las Vegas. I ran into some trouble. I'm not gonna go into the story, but it was a very, very unfortunate circumstance that left me without my flight to Hawaii, and reached out, and they decided yeah, we'll sponsor your trip to Worlds. I get to rock the Darkside Games mat and put on for Team Darkside for Worlds. So huge shout out to Josh, all of them. Big shout out to the homie Andrew that bought some cards off of me to help me as well. Also, another big shout out to, of course, TSS. They're always there helping me, making sure I'm taken care of. Big shout out to my local community, all the Fresno peeps. It's been fun going back to the CP events. We've had a pretty turbulent, I would say, month or so, and I'm glad that, you know, no matter what, as a community, we come back together, we play cards. And then another big shout out to just California. I got to go to SoCal this weekend, and just the love they showed me. I'm not even supposed to be there, man. I show up, and they're like, "What are you doing here, Dre?" I'm just here to play Pokemon. And then, you know, it's all jokes, and I know that it's all love. And so I just want to say that it's really awesome to go to places that are new to me and just be well received. And it's why I love this game so much. So big shout outs to just like the California scene, top to bottom. You guys are awesome. We will be back next week. Not sure if we're running a new guest or not, but it'll be a surprise to me.
If you're interested, let us know. That's simply all.
Shoot us your guys' questions, and remember, if you guys are going to Hawaii, DM me or Jay if you're interested in being part of our beach episode. We're going to be doing interviews on the beach. Let us know. We want to get you guys interviewed. We want to give some faces, some time on screen. We love all you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.